While Toon shaders are pretty cool, not being able to use the light's colors can be a bit of a bummer. Luckily, there is a little trick to go around that. It might not work with all art styles, but it does the job and is easy to set up. For the example, let's start with the most basic Toon shader possible, consisting in a diffuse shader, a shader to RGB node, a color ramp, and a mix color node. The trick can work with all shaders. You just need to treat it as part of the base color and use it at the beginning of the node tree. It can work with plain colors or textures. In this case, I'll use an image texture to color my animal here. I'll plug the image in both inputs of the mix color node and add a hue saturation value node with a low value and higher saturation in between the image and the first input to create the shadow color. Changing the color of the sun does nothing yet. To change that, we'll need another diffuse and shader to RGB node, plus an extra mix color node. For convenience, let's use a reroute dot after the image texture to merge its wires. That way, it'll be easier to plug the new mix color node right after it. This new mix color node should have its mix mode set to color and a factor of 1. It'll act as a color filter. Whatever color you choose in the B input will tint your texture, but without darkening it or washing away the details. So we just need to grab the scene light's colors and feed them to the B input. Since the diffuse shader can retrieve and apply lighting information to our model, then the only thing left to do is to plug our image texture into it and connect this to shader to RGB node to turn the result into a color that we can plug to the B input. And voila! The model's texture now gets colored by the sun and any other light I add, and it mostly keeps a 2D look. If you want to use translucency in your shader, like for the hair and feathers in this example, you just need to reproduce the node setup, but with a translucent shader instead of a diffuse one. Obviously, colors can only appear where light touches or on the other side in the case of translucency, so if you want to color your shadows, you can either use the world's color or do it manually with another mix node. I opted for an extra mix node set to multiply and put in a group so it can affect multiple materials at once.